Alright, welcome back guys. What's your first time here? I'm Vision here, Blind Tim, bringing you guys another video. Tim talking about some huge news regarding the Power Rangers upcoming reboot series. Now, Power Rangers, once you're instant, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit that bell icon, there's more Power Rangers content from me. Moving forward. Now, let's begin. Now, the big news came out from San Diego Comic-Con. This past weekend was SDCC. So, a lot of big news was coming out regarding TV and film industry. Now, Disney was skipping Comic-Con, so Marvel, Star Wars, all those big things weren't going to be there. However, I totally forgot about PR, and I guess Boom Studios had a panel, and there was some stuff regarding PR there, and so apparently what the rumor is now, I saw this from Legacy of Nerd on Twitter. Apparently, what is being said, and I don't think this is I wouldn't clarify this as a rumor because it came straight from the actress herself, but at San Diego Comic-Con, Amy Jo Johnson, the original Pink Ranger, Kimberly, said that she would be interested in directing and being involved in the upcoming Power Rangers Disney Plus reboot series. Now, this is huge and exciting news. Now, I feel like, again, this is even more confirmation this is happening because, why would she say that if, this isn't, fully in development? I feel like you don't say, oh, I want to do this if, it's not happening. I mean, sure, but I feel like, why would you put that out there if this wasn't actually going to be a thing that happens? So, again, I feel like this is more confirmation about the show actually being in development. So, she wants to write and produce and direct an episode or a couple episodes, she says. So that's exciting. Now, this is also interesting news in regards to right now the show is in pre-production. From the latest rumors we had heard, it's going into actual filming in January 2026. So at this moment it's in pre-production, so which means, casting and scripts are being written as we speak. So this would mean that if this actually is true, Amy Jo could be in the midst of working with them to write some episodes right now, which would be really cool, actually. One thing I think that always is a good thing in regards to a show or movie regarding a franchise or whatever, if they're rebooting it or something like that, you should have one or two things. Either the directors and producers and everybody behind it should be huge fans of the franchise or project and have a big history of it, or two, at least have someone on board that is familiar with the franchise and maybe is an actor or someone who used to be on it. And this is what I'm talking about. I think having an actor who used to be on the franchise and pretty much knows PR pretty well. She was on it for 3 years. She still goes to cons and conventions, so she knows the show, she knows the fan base, she know what to do with the show. So I think it'd be a great and excellent idea if they brought her on board to write and direct a couple episodes, even if it's not her being an executive producer, having her be a writer, director, maybe stand by, give some notes and stuff like that. You have those kind of people in Hollywood regarding TV shows and movies. I think that'd be a great idea to have someone there who has been there since the beginning, an OG, is familiar with the franchise, and can give good insight onto what the fans like and what PR is truly about. I mean, we got the people that work on Percy Jackson. Again, I've never seen that show, so I can't give too much of my opinions on them. But from what I've heard about Percy Jackson, I've heard a lot of positive things about it, so that gives me hope regarding them. But bringing on Amy Jo, I think, adds another level of, it elevates the excitement for the show, it elevates what the show could be, and, having her actually in the room writing or at least giving some advice and maybe even directing would be a great thing to do. She didn't come back for Once and Always. She kind of has been in the background for the past 30 years. She hasn't really been big in the fan base. She never came back for anniversaries. She has gone to cons, but other than that, we haven't seen her. So having her come back is actually really excited. Also, maybe if she does come back, depending on how this universe works out, maybe we could get like a cameo, or maybe she could be a recurring character as Kimberly on the show. And I think that'd also be a very cool and interesting aspect, if because like they have the actress around. If it's a way to make it possible for and fit into the story, I think it would make sense to have her play a role in the show. If this actually comes to fruition and they are able to strike a deal, this is all hypothetical. But if they are able to strike a deal with this and she is around, why not utilize that? Why not have her be there and be in the show in some capacity? I think that'd be another great thing to do. But yeah, this is like even more exciting news. I think this definitely elevates where this show could be going, and what might be going on behind the scenes. Now they potentially have Amy Jo coming back. Again, there's no like concrete like confirmation about this. She's just come out and said that she wants to do this. Again, I think this is confirmation, at least to me, that the show's happening, because why would you say this unless like you at least are aware of like this going on? So again, I think that this is 100% confirmation that the show actually happening. Like I said in my last one regarding them filming soon, they have to like book filming locations ahead of time. They can't just show up on day of shooting. They have to have these places booked and paid for ahead of time. So you wouldn't do that unless you're like fully committed. So like it's been confirmed, at least, or from what we've heard, it's been confirmed that they will begin filming next year. So this is where we stand right now. Filming starts next year. Amy Jo potentially returning. Maybe we could get other PR characters or actors coming back. Maybe Johnny Young will return. Maybe Walter or David will return as well. You never know. I think given what we got with Once and Always, I do think if given the right opportunity and how things play out, I do think OG actors would be willing to come back. I know Amy Jo didn't come back. There was a lot of misinformation and speculation going on there. From what we understand, she didn't feel like she's being treated well and getting paid right, so she didn't feel like returning due to that. But being a writer and producer definitely elevates like your payment and what you get on the show. So like if this is something that happens, yeah, I definitely see her coming back, and this would be like her great return to PR in a way. Tommy had that with Dino Fury, or not Dino Fury, Dino Thunder. Before he ruined his reputation, Austin St. John had that with Beast Morphers. David Yost and Walter Jones had their big return in Once and Always. Karen Ashley. Johnny Yon returned and had his big return in Once a Ranger back in 2007. And now we got Amy Jo. Pretty much every one of the OGs has had this big comeback of, and I think this could be hers. So I'm excited to see where this could go. If we get like actual confirmation and more details on this, I will make another video and give any updates. Like if you're interested in this reboot, definitely I would suggest subscribe, because I will be bringing out updates and regarding the reboot. They might not come out right away. This isn't my full-time job on YouTube, so they might be delayed a week or a couple days. So they will come eventually. I do know a lot of you guys aren't subscribed, so definitely would suggest you hit that subscribe button if you want to keep up to date on any Power Rangers news or any news regarding this reboot series. I definitely would appreciate that, and it would help you stay up to date on any news that comes out in regards to this new series. Again, I feel like this is more confirmation that it's coming, and it just makes me more excited to see where this new show could go and what the potential could be within this show moving forward. But those are just my thoughts, opinions regarding Amy Jo returning for the upcoming Power Rangers Disney Plus reboot series. As always, if you like this video, don't forget a big thumbs up and share it. Don't forget to hit subscribe button down below. Hit that bell icon to see more Power Rangers content from me moving forward. And you go for me on screen Twitter, which are linked in that section on my YouTube channel. As always, I'm Vision here by Entertainment, and I'll see you next time.